That's right, baby. We're back. Welcome back into the channel, guys. As always, it is Pallet Evan, and it is Thursday, baby. We've got another deck review. Good old Steam Deck life. This one is actually really interesting. I mean, we're gonna just start with a little bit of the history, baby, because Xbox 360 era Oblivion was... well, let's just say it was something else, man. And everybody gets to experience that something else. Yes, we are talking about the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Currently, at the time of this recording, is available on Game Pass. Of course, you can go ahead and purchase it on Xbox as well, on PlayStation, and on Steam, baby. This game is an amazing experience, and it still remains my favorite Elder Scrolls game, by the way. I know the Morrowind pitchforks are getting sharpened. I know the Skyrim sawed-offs are getting loaded, but I don't care, man. There is something special about Oblivion, and this remaster, I feel like, didn't take away from that kind of mystic element in general. But let's try to consolidate that a little bit. The greatness down to the performance, guys. Obviously, we know full well that if you're going to be playing this on a Pro or on PC, Xbox, wherever, chances are very likely it's going to perform well. They do a good job of making sure that everything's leveled out. You get a little bit of jank here and there, but largely we're focused on optimization in a lot of cases, so we'll take a little bit of a graphics hit if it does help us out over on the Steam Deck. Let's go ahead and pull up our Steam stats. Alright, guys, so the biggest thing I want to take into account is this is really kind of a Jekyll and Hyde video game. When you are like in the beginning areas helping out the Emperor, or if you're in a cave or in like a smaller zone, if you will, this game actually performs really well. A lot of the times you'll be seeing 40 frames per second, kick up to 50. Sometimes you will even get 60. Like it's alarmingly clean how good the remaster is. And a lot of the graphics presets I did on this were low, of course, making sure that, you know, we're trying to get those frames. We're trying to just kind of get that overall performance. So you do take a little bit of a fidelity hit. You know, upscalers are going to be doing their things within your settings menu and such. Naturally, if you do, just like any other video we talk about, want to just Steam Remote play it PS Portal style, hey man, you're gonna get some of those graphics back, of course, depending on how strong your machine is. But I will say, in large part, I was very impressed, especially in dungeon, with how well Oblivion does. It's actually really cool. I thought it was gonna struggle, I'm not gonna lie, but it comes out swinging. Now, I did say it was Jekyll and Hyde, two sides of a coin, baby, because in those zones, it's really good. Out in the open world, though, guys, out in the open world is where Oblivion does start to show the yowzers. I'm on a handheld platform. A lot of times I was seeing dips just running around right outside the Imperial City, so not where there's like a ton of volume or anything like that, but I could even see if it like starts raining or something, it could get wild as far as performance dips, I'm sure. But yeah, it's, as you're seeing, a lot of the readings coming in a little lower there in the open world. Now I did also notice some of the, I wonder if this has something to do with like contact shadows, or maybe reflections or something of that nature. But anytime I was over a bit of water, and I would actually have my weapon out, it would do this kind of glowing, this weird shadow with it across an open bed of water. But other than that, the only other thing I noticed is, like, if you go into said water and you're swimming and you're looking out and you happen to see like trees out there, it'll kind of get pixely and stuff like that. But I don't think that particular element is due to the Steam Deck, because if we go to remote play footage straight from PC, where the rig now is doing the heavy lifting and we're swimming around looking at these trees, guess what? They're doing the same thing. So I wonder if that's a little bit of like a maybe a pop-in or something like that, where it's just not fully rendering it until you get a little closer, or something akin to that. So it was nice to see that element of it out there in the open world be conducive between multiple platforms. So it's not like, oh man, another hit to the deck on this one. But because of that, again, my graphics preset within my Steam settings when I'm running on the deck is generally low. Some games I can get away with a little bit more, but this is not one of those games, at least not from what I was seeing. So I honestly, I can argue for this one. I can argue for Oblivion a little bit. They actually just recently rolled out a pretty good size patch addressing performance and addressing some of the janky elements of like quests and such. So it shows, hey, this is still being looked at. I know the Virtuous Studios just had that whole thing with Microsoft. I'm not trying to get into gaming news kind of stuff like that, but a patch like that is at least encouraging, because the game already, like I said, in dungeon, in zones, is running. It's serviceable, baby. Like it's running good generally in a lot of these zones. Now, I haven't gone in every grotto in the game. I haven't gone, like, there are going to be situations where you might go into a zone and it's going to dip a little bit, but the thing is that it's serviceable and you're able to kind of toggle things around and such. Or if you're just like, you know what, I'm going to leave the high-end games to my high-end rig and I'm just going to remote play that baby, hey, do it, because that element is super effective when it comes to a game like this. So let me know if you're thinking about getting Oblivion. Maybe you missed out on the original back on the 360 and like the PS3 early PC, and you're looking at grabbing onto the remaster on your deck. Hopefully this little bit of footage is helpful for you making an informed decision. But also, keep in mind, man, if you're already in Cyrodil and things are going nuts, maybe you've been playing on Game Pass or something like that, and thinking about just adding that baby to your library deck wise, I personally think that you could be doing a whole lot worse performance wise with Oblivion than you are. So that's just kind of where I stand with it. But I want to hear from you guys. Go ahead and sound off in the comments. Is it performing well? Does it need some improvement? What's your favorite Elder Scroll? And don't say 6, because that thing ain't out yet at the time of recording this. So I'm gonna leave this one here. You guys have a good one.